Hello, friends. This is Ricky Chadha here from Astro Healer channel. Today, I am live again in front of you with a very unique topic. This topic, I have already made a video on this. I'm still waiting for a few people to join in so that we can discuss something which is very important. Okay. I want you to, if you can listen to me, if you can hear me, if I'm audible, I'm viewable, please put a message so I'll continue with the topic. See, the title of this live streaming, as I call, is There Are No Accidents in Life. Now, when I say this, there are no accidents in life, what do you understand by it? I would actually ask you a question. And the question is, hello, hi Ashir, nice to see you. I can see Sridhar also. Hi Sridhar. So this question goes to you. Was there any accident in your life which you can recall and share with me? Before I share my experience with you, whenever there is an accident in life, understand many people at that time feel, oh, God is not happy with me. God has been very unreasonable to me. But these accidents, now when I talk about accident, I am not talking about an accident on an expressway. I'm not talking about an accident with your car or with your vehicle. Accidentally in life, you meet people. Accidentally, something happens in your life, and when you can go back and look at it, if you can recall, you would understand that this particular accident has changed your life, that has carved a path for you. If you all remember, I have in one of my videos, I have narrated my life, how I got into astrology, how it all happened. But before that, I want to share something very important with you. If you all are listening to me, and if you are the participant, I want to ask you a question. And I certainly want an answer from you. Suppose I am a person and I have an ability and capacity to take you back into the time machine, which means I take you maybe 15 years back, 10 years back, or 50 years back, or 40 years back. And if I ask you a question, see, you have come back in life, and if you have any regrets, would you want to change anything over here? Many a times when we are sitting alone, we think, oh, I shouldn't have done that course. I shouldn't have applied for that college. I wouldn't have taken this as a career. And then there is repentance. Right? You broke off with someone, and you always thought that that particular person was a soulmate or a twin flame, whatever you call it. Please tell me, if I take you back in time, would you want to change something or no? I want this, at least one of the participant should tell me कि yes, do you want it to change or you are happy with what your life has reached to this point. There is a condition. The condition is that when I take you back, say 20 years back, and now you have the choice of making changes, this change, this one change that you will make in your life is going to have an effect on many other things. Now, what does that mean? Suppose if I tell you that, okay, you were wanting to do engineering, or you wanted to do mass media, or you wanted to do something else in life, and that particular time you took a wrong subject, a wrong faculty, or you went to the wrong college, I would say, okay, come on, I'll take you back. Choose the college for yourself, choose the friends for yourself. The condition is when you make that change, that change will have the effect on all the other things which stringed out from that place, and this is where you have reached. For example, if you were in a college where you met your husband, that means he was your, you met your current husband, and then after some time you happen to be in relation with that person, you got married to him, and today you have got two kids. If I give you a choice that, okay, you didn't want it to go to this college, I take you to some other college. See, this must be sounding very, very vague, or like, this is not possible. I understand that. My point today is to tell you there were no accidents in your life. This college where you entered, the boy that you met, which is the man of your life, and because of that man, you have got kids with you. If you make change in the college, obviously the effect is going to be that you will not have the husband. Maybe you're very happy that you don't have the husband, that husband particularly. But how about the kids that you have got? Right? For example, in 1997, I was appointed as a general manager for a resort. And in a resort, what happens is when a resort is coming up, which means it is a new resort, and there is a project manager. When they complete their job, they hand over the project to us. So we do the staffing, we do the SOPs, and we do the training and all those things. One fine day when I was appointed as a general manager and the resort had not started, I was sitting with the resort manager. I still remember his name. His name was Mr. Thorat. That night, I remember that we were just two of us in the whole resort, which is of 55 acre of land. That night, that project manager, Mr. Thorat, though I knew him for maybe a year, but he never introduced me or introduced himself as an astrologer. and I never had I had no idea. So we were discussing, and that particular night, few things that he told me about myself and my family, I was completely astonished. How could a person look into a chart and tell so much about me, and I didn't even know how to read that chart? This was the first incident or accident, whatever you call. Whatever he predicted for me, or whatever he said for my family member, it was spot on. Now, I will take you to another subject. This was what I'm talking about. My meeting with Mr. Thorat was about in the year 1996. We had a discussion, and after 15 days, Mr. Thorat was out of the resort, and I had taken the place as a general manager for that resort. Now, see how divine works. 96, I was still going under the Mahadasha of Jupiter. 97, I was supposed to get into the Dasha of, 98, I was supposed to get into the Dasha of Saturn, right? I never knew that being a hotelier, I could ever, in my wildest of dream, there could be a day when I would be on YouTube and talking to you on doing a live session. Believe me, after Mr. Thorat left, maybe 3 months or 4 months down the line, some relative of mine who landed in Bombay, and he had a flight to be taken. So when he was changing his bags, because he was finding the bag too small, I happened to look at a book that he was carrying. And I asked him, "What is this book?" The book, I still remember, I still have it with me. The Basics of Astrology. And I said, "Arey, very interesting. Let me have a look at it." And he said, "Arey, I just picked it up from the airport. I was doing nothing, so I picked it up." And because he was not much interested in it, he just gave it to me. Believe me, the book was only for 45 rupees. Just 45 rupees. So after he left, I started reading this book. And believe me, it was all Latin and Greek for me. Yeah, what is this? Planets I can understand, but what is all this boxes made? What is this book talking about? Many a times when I was free, I used to pick up the book, and literally, when I used to get fed up because I couldn't understand, I used to throw that book away, thinking, "Arey, this is not my cup of tea. I cannot do it." And then maybe after 2, 3 days, again the book used to appear in front of me, somewhere lying down. I used to pick up, okay, fine. Today I'll try to at least understand this. This was in 1996 when Jupiter was ending as a Mahadasha planet, and I was entering into the Dasha of Saturn. If you remember in my live session, the last video I spoke, if you have to get into occult, into mystical science, or any of that sort, Saturn is going to be the key planet in your life. So that book was not an accident. It came into my life, and then eventually, believe me, in next 7 to 8 months, I could actually understand that book, and then I started. And that time in 97, I had no knowledge about computers or softwares, and all those things was way beyond my reach. मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा था कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, because I was working. So whenever I used to get time, I used to pick up this book and read. This went on 96, 97, then Saturn entered in almost 98. And then I could see that change in me. The same book, the same page, whatever I could not grasp or gather from that book, I could do it quite easily, and I started understanding. In 2 years' time, I was on a level where I could predict few of the things in my family. And this is what all started. Now I'll come to a very interesting point. 97, sorry, 96 again, I was working for a hotel. Please listen to this very carefully. People who are changing their dasha understand how life takes you and where it takes you. I was sitting in my hotel lobby. I was doing my work, and one gentleman entered. His name was Mr. Pateria. I still remember his name. He came to me and he said, "Okay, sir, can I talk to you?" I'm like, "Yes, tell me what happened." He said, "I have come to your hotel for a favor." Tell me what can I do for you? He said, "We have just started in this city something called as trade wings. Please understand, trade wings as a certification course or diploma courses in hotel management." I said, "Okay, fine." So he wanted to invite me for the inauguration. Now I don't know why he selected me or what was in his mind. I was called. I was given an invitation. I went for the inauguration, and it was I was on the dais, and then I was called to give maybe few words of encouragement for people to join hotel management. I did so. Believe me, when I was giving that on the podium, when I was addressing the quite a crowd over there, I literally had butterflies in my stomach. After I gave that speech, I was next day. Mr. Pateria again came back to the hotel, saying, "Sir, your speech was very good. We have got good admission. Can we ask you for another favor?" Now I said, "What now? What next?" He said, "If you can spare some time, maybe an hour or so, and come and give some lecture, because in this city, that time I was in Madhya Pradesh, in this city, it's difficult to find a faculty for hotel management." Now I said, "Ke, Arey Baba, I have never taught. I don't think I'll be able to, because the other day I was giving the speech also, I was getting butterfly. But sir, you can always try." I said, "Okay, fine." That was the first time when Jupiter was leaving me and Saturn was coming in. I went to the trade wings. My first lecture was, I would say, was average, good. And when I came out, there was a satisfaction. The satisfaction that I was not drawing from the type of work that I was doing in the hotel. So I decided to continue with this institute for a longer period of time. After 6 months to a year, I had gone to Madhya Pradesh from Bombay because I had gone through a consultant. So my job was to open the hotel and then leave the hotel and come back to Bombay. When I came back to Bombay, I shared my experience with my friends and my relatives. I said, "Okay, I liked that job. It was very interesting. I would want to continue teaching in Bombay also. And then I applied. I got the job. See, when everything has to fall in place, it's a very smooth sail. So then what happened? I got a job and I was parallelly working for a hotel and I was sparing some time and was working for an institute. 97 to 2016 or maybe 17, I was still in Pune and I was teaching to all good reputed college. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Indeed, and you will find out my experience of 30 years in the industry. But then Saturn Dasha was coming to an end in around 2017 and 18. All of a sudden, something happened in my life. And all this while, right from 97 till 2017, I was teaching, I was a professor, I was working for a hotel as a manager. All the things were going parallel. But I had that flair and the passion for astrology. That was my love. In 97, 98, I was at my place. Mercury for 17 years was coming in. Now somebody comes to my house, a lady, a very good friend of mine, and she knows me not as a professor but as an astrologer. Many people in Pune knows me as an astrologer. So she just happened to okay, let us make a video on your whatever on astrology. I said okay. I just did a 1 minute or maybe less than 1 minute video that triggered me. My first video, and I was so hesitant and so nervous to put it on YouTube. All this while, my mentors like Kapeil Raj, Punniet, Sir Sunil John, AK Dilip Sahab, Dolly Mangkat, I've been listening to everyone. I said, okay, come on. The first video that I uploaded, I was so nervous. I was I was very confident about my subject. I was very confident about the way I do it. But see how Mercury, when it was coming in 2018, it prepared me. So, friends, what I want to tell you is there is no accident in your life. I would have been so happy if you were doing a chat with me and you would have shared your experience, what you take as maybe a accident in your life. Please go back and check whether that accident did work for you or it didn't work for you. Everything that you got in life till to date was all by accident. What you call as an accident is actually a divine plan. You meet people, you disconnect with people, you discord with people, you go to a certain trip, a certain travel happens in your life, and that particular, everything takes you to that place, and then a relation is built. A friend is associated with you. I want you to understand that God always has the love for you. The divine has the love for you. There is a planning. The planning that is not understood by us for various reasons. First of all, we are so busy in life that we don't even pay attention or introspect Everything happens in your life that may seem to be an accident, but that was never an accident for you. Even a literal, in the literal sense, also an accident, maybe an accident with a car, or maybe you have fallen from the bike. How many of you all have actually thanked God that in this accident I was saved? I must have broken my leg, you must have broken your leg or hand or whatever it is. Everything happens with an accident, but there is no accident in life. It's a plan. The day you will understand the plan, the day you will understand why are you currently in that turmoil, why are you not getting that particular job, why are you not able to finalize your career, because if the plan, or if the divine has planned something else, and if you are head-bent on getting something else in your life, the divine will stop you and pull you out of that comfort zone and push you somewhere, and every time it happens, it is going to give you a big jolt in your life. The best remedy, the best suggestion, or the best advice that I can give you is flow with the current. And believe me, your tomorrow's meal is also decided. Where are you going to have? With whom are you going to have? And what are you going to have? How much ever you plan, it never happens. Accident. You must have heard of Sanjeev Kapoor, a chef, Khana Khazana. Do you know the real story about him? He had gone to the IHM college in Delhi, Pusa, not for his admission, believe me, not for his admission. One of his friend had taken him along that he wants to go for an admission. He only accompanied. And because there was an entrance or whatever was there, he also felt, chalo, I'll also give an interview. And the friend who actually wanted to do hotel management, he was not selected. And Sanjeev Kapoor was selected, and see where he is today. What if that day he did not accompanied that friend of his? You have n number of examples, and I'm talking to the parents right now. Most of the parents who calls me for consultation, I see so much of agony and pain. मेरे बच्चे का क्या होगा, मेरा बेटा क्या करेगा, उसका करियर का क्या होगा. I always tell, please don't stress yourself. आपके बेटे को जहां पहुंचना है, wherever your son is supposed to reach, he will reach. You give me one example. I am asking you all who are watching me. You give me one example of any person who is a successful person on this planet, and his success was planned by his parents. Think about it. That yes, this is the person who's a celebrity right now, and this is how the father and mother planned he'll become an actor or an actress